How to thrive in the future digital workplace. Top 5 skills to master. The past 24 months have dramatically changed the location where work takes place. Over 200 million people worldwide work remotely and only go to the office if and when necessary. Gone are the days when the workplace was merely a physical space employees occupied during regular office hours. Today's always connected instant access environment has blurred the lines between the physical office and the place where work actually happens. As the distinction between professional and personal life dissolves and the workplace becomes generally digital, employees communicate and collaborate in unprecedented ways. To enable knowledge sharing across the organization, employees want to forge productive business relationships beyond natural work groups. As a result, it is increasingly clear that the traditional create and push information approach no longer meets employees' evolving needs. We often hear that human skills or soft skills are essential to creating successful, high-performing teams. But the changing nature of work with fully remote to hybrid arrangements makes these skills even more critical to develop. To accurately reflect their staff's changing work experience, leading organizations have begun implementing an entirely new work environment, the digital workplace. By integrating the technologies that employees use, from the email, instant messaging, and enterprise social media tools to HR applications and virtual meeting tools, the digital workplace breaks down communication barriers, positioning you to transform the employee experience by fostering efficiency, innovation, and growth. However, the key to success lies in the effective implementation of a digital workplace strategy capable of driving actual cultural change. What exactly are human skills or soft skills? Sometimes known as soft skills, human skills constitute our ability to relate to one another and refer to aspects such as empathy, compassion, and authenticity. For example, people with solid human skills can form deeper connections with colleagues and customers. That can ultimately serve as a strong foundation for positive workplace performance in innovation, adaptive thinking, collaboration, and even more. Virtual meetings and conferences became more apparent than ever before during the pandemic for me and many others, of course. Quickly evolving work arrangements amplified relational issues as everyone adapted to the dramatic changes. What are some of the struggles we face when attending meetings and conferences virtually? New employees may feel disconnected from their teams during onboarding. Evidence suggests that team members have become disengaged with less face-to-face time. Employees over connecting online to compensate for the lack of face-to-face time. There is increasing burnout globally as some find it hard to switch off online while working from home. Globally, especially in North America and Europe, work norms have forever changed, even with some employees returning to the office. However, with these changes likely to remain to some extent in future work arrangements, the development of human skills are key to navigating these particular challenges. 5 important human skills that will help leaders thrive in the new age of work. Skill number 1, empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand the feelings of others truly. It is the ability to put yourself into someone else's shoes and be aware of their emotions and perspectives. Having empathy and compassion involves genuinely caring for others and understanding another person's situation and perspective. These qualities may not immediately come to mind as essential work skills, but these are an essential part of cultivating long-term relational harmony and resilience at work, especially during these uncertain times. We are all forced to move out of our comfort zone. During intense change, there is an increased likelihood of conflict and friction. Putting yourself in another person's shoes and feeling for others is more important than ever to overcome these challenges and stay connected and united as a team. What does this look like exactly? Some leaders and managers have been taking extra time and care to communicate with new employees looking for a more robust office culture to meet their relational needs. Others are focused on supporting burnt out team members by working with them to develop better boundaries and self-care habits like mindfulness practices. What is clear is that empathy requires effective interpersonal communication, which leads to the next set of skills. Skill number 2, communication. Communicating effectively means that your ideas and concepts are being heard and people are acting upon them. It also means you are able to listen, understand, and act on what other people say. Effective communication is about more than just exchanging information. It is about understanding the emotion and intentions behind the information. For many of us, communicating more clearly and effectively requires learning essential skills. Strong communication skills have always been necessary for the workplace, but what makes a good communicator has shifted now that we are so often talking and collaborating online through video calls and group chats. Maintaining practical core communication skills, whether online or offline, is still essential. Practice active listening. Refrain and clarify the meaning. Be mindful of body language. Be clear about the point you are trying to make. Online working environments are warrant paying extra attention to specific skills. For example, some try to be even more conscious of the active listening and reframing to prevent miscommunication. There is also a need to take extra care to ensure everyone's voice gets heard. Skill number 3, adaptability. Adaptability means being flexible and adjusting to changing factors, conditions, or environments. Being adaptable is highly valued in almost all workplaces, since every industry and business can be unpredictable. Look around you. Everything is changing. Everything on this earth is continuously evolving, refining, improving, adapting, enhancing, and changing. You were born to make a difference in this world, not put on this earth to remain stagnant. The pandemic has served as an excellent reminder always to expect the unexpected. At any time, restrictions can get implemented to ensure your safety and health protection. Flexibility and adaptability are essential for staying optimistic about overcoming unexpected challenges, and also help us to be more resourceful and innovative in the way we solve problems as we learn to make do with what we have. Planning is helpful. If you don't know what you want, you will seldom get it. But no matter how well you plan, you will fare better if you expect the unexpected. The unexpected by nature comes unseen, unthought, and unenvisioned. All you can do is plan, to go unplanned, prepare to be unprepared. Make going with the flow part of your agenda. For the most successful among us envision, plan, and prepare, but cast all aside as needed, while those who are unable to go with the flow often suffer if they survive. Skill number 4, coaching. This is my favorite. In the last 20 years, the discipline of coaching has grown into an estimated $3 billion industry, with an estimated coaches of 100,000 coaches worldwide. Organizations worldwide use coaching to attract, retain, and develop top talent, attempting to gain an advantage in today's ultra-competitive business environment. Companies are using coaching to sharpen the skills of individuals identified as high potentials and future organizational leaders. Coaching helps people learn from their own experiences. It helps deepen the learning of success, losses, and failure. Coaching challenges people to be open to possibilities, break through limiting beliefs, and take intentional action. Finally, coaching creates a safe place for the leaders to dig in and tap into their inner being and potential to lead courageously and with purpose. For managers, they have to think and act like executive leadership coaches. Managers and leaders need to develop coaching abilities like asking the right questions, listening well, empowering others, and guiding action plans. Creating a widespread coaching culture will help to foster an environment where employees feel supported in their growth. That can lead to long-term benefits like incredible innovation and talent retention. Skill number 5, trust building. Being able to have a sense of security and confidence when dealing with someone. Having the ability to predict that someone will act in specific ways and be dependable. Earning a level of credibility that has built up over time. A long history of research demonstrates that trust can have 3 components: competence, honesty, and benevolence. To trust someone's competence is to believe that the person or entity you deal with can do the job. Honestly or integrity refers to your sense that your internet service provider keeps its promises, and it's not telling lies about your connection speed or hiding fees. Benevolence is the belief that your internet provider has your best interests at heart and cares about you as a customer. Trust building is an essential part of any team's success. Trust is foundational, and you need to build that before doing anything else. When people are in a team environment where they feel safe and trust others, they can do their best work ever. So, it is no easy task for leaders to create such an environment. The key is being authentic, honest, transparent, and compassionate. Leaders can do a lot to set the overall tone of the work environment simply in the way they are behaving and being in a group. And when team members see leaders owning mistakes, looking out for others, and being upfront about challenges, it signals to the rest that it is safe for them to do the same. It ultimately shows that work is a place for mutual learning and where people can feel safe to be who they are. Human skills for creating a new better. We are entering a new frontier in the way we work and live, and human skills will become even more critical for people and organizations to thrive in this digital age. The more individuals get supported in developing these skills, the more likely they will build a better future for themselves and for their organizations. As a leader, how are you working to develop human skills across your team? Our professional lives get filled with behaviors and habits, including how you manage your time, how you approach meetings, and how you complete a project, and how you lead and manage others. With adult learners, the reality is that we are very rarely creating new behavior in a vacuum. Somehow and somewhat, we are shifting people from a habit they already have, one that is well grooved and comfortable, and moving them to a new, better behavior that we hope to turn into a habit. The good news is that every skill is learnable. Neuroscientists have proven that definitely it is possible. Our brains are increasingly flexible and can form new neural pathways throughout our lifespan. The more we practice a skill, the better we get. And once we do a behavior enough times, it becomes a habit. For example, researchers at the Brain and Cognitive Sciences Department at MIT discovered that the basal ganglia's purpose is to save brain energy, which scientists measure in glucose burn. Study after study shows that when we repeat behaviors, the basal ganglia turn into a habit, taking less cognitive energy and freeing up our brain for other essential tasks like logical analysis and learning. Our professional lives also have various behaviors and habits, so we make sense of the world. Some include how you manage your time, how you approach meetings, how you complete a project, and how you lead and manage others. With adult learners, the reality is that we are very rarely creating new behavior in a vacuum. Instead, we are shifting people from a habit they already have, one that is well grooved and comfortable, and moving them to a new, better behavior that we hope to turn into a habit. Unfortunately, most learning initiatives are not designed as habit shifting experiences, making them ineffective in the long run. So, when we are trying to create workplace behavioral change, we need to think about the habits and the behaviors currently in place and make the new habit more compelling than the comfort of the current one. Get clear about the new habit or behavior you're trying to create. Learning professionals must get crisp on what the ideal behavior will look like in future before you can cultivate any new behavior in your learners. You need first to identify the words and actions they should ideally use on their jobs. Then empower practice to build the habit. The next critical step is to help your talent practice those optimal behaviors enough time to form the proper habit. Learning professionals' biggest mistake is thinking that talking about behavior is the same as doing the behavior. Repetition is the key to habit formation. Heb's law states neurons that fire together wire together, making the neural pathway stronger to the point that researchers can measure their neurons growing thicker. Studies show that it takes an average of 40 to 50 repetitions to build a new habit. Leverage innovative learning, design, and technology. There are many ways you can build practice into your learning strategy. These range from the low-tech and inexpensive to the elaborate and costly, but they are all will be able to deliver great value or return on investment. Have people practice skills within your learning events. You can also pair people up to practice outside of your learning event. Many of us benefit first seeing a behavior done well by an expert. Modeling ideal behavior is powerful and can give your talent the goal to aim for in future. You can also create realistic practice environments for your talent. We all have access to low-tech role-playing, which are pretty compelling. But now technology can create lifelike virtual scenarios that replicate the realities of the job in a safe situation, also known as immersive training simulators. Learning how to create real and lasting behavior change will not only up-level the skills of your talent, it will also allow your organization to reach its full potential. To recap, there are 5 important human skills that will help you thrive in the new age of work. Empathy is a timeless skill at work and every time that can enable you to thrive in the digital place. Effective and clear communication at all times. Coaching challenges people to be open to possibilities, break through limiting beliefs, and take intentional action. Coaching creates a safe place for leaders to dig in and tap into their inner being and potential, to lead courageously and with purpose. Leverage innovative learning, design, and technology. Trust building and authentic engagement with all stakeholders at all the times. By mastering these 5 people skills, you will elevate your performance and your stakeholders, empowering them to continue to contribute to the collective achievement. Times are always uncertain. You are the one who has to be rock solid to survive and thrive. Make sure you put the 5 skills in your leadership. As a result, you will thrive and make a significant difference in the world. Signing off, Dr. Masasekane Mishak Kosa, the thinking futurist. Thank you.